I've said it before and I'll say it again. The best movies being made these days are painted with pixels.
All right, everybody sit. I've got 3 items on the docket. First, we need to acknowledge the elephant in the room. Francine. Happy birthday. Number 2, there are some new recruits with us I should introduce, but I'm not going to because I don't care.
Zootopia is the latest from Disney Animation, another computer-generated film, this one about a bunny who wants to be the very first police officer bunny ever in the history of the ZPD. That's the Zootopia Police Department. Disney's been on a hot streak lately with their animated films, Wreck-It Ralph, Frozen, Big Hero 6. Can they hit another one out of the park? Here's 5 things you might want to know about Zootopia. The first thing I want to talk about is how beautiful a universe they've created here. You'll hear the term fully realized when it comes to these kind of things. And this movie should be the example in the dictionary next to that phrase, fully realized. They have thought about everything in this universe, how the animals interact, the small ones, the big ones. And because of that, you're just enveloped in this world. Plus, it's so gorgeous. It's so beautifully drawn that you want to be there. In fact, one of the best things I think I can say about the movie is the fact that I came to the end of it and I immediately wanted to go back in. I want a sequel as soon as possible because I love what they've done with the universe here. Of course, a universe means nothing without the characters in that universe, and the film succeeds here as well. I love these characters. I think a lot of reason for that has to do with the voice acting. I love the way they cast voices in Disney films. They do it based on character, not based on name recognition. Sure, you know who Jason Bateman is, or you might, and he's wonderful, but what's more important is he's perfect for the role of the fox in this. He is so good in this. You may not know Jennifer Goodwin, who plays Snow White in Once Upon a Time on TV, but she's perfect as the bunny rabbit here. And right down the line, you really feel like these voices really embody who these characters are, and that means a lot to why you care for the characters and why you want to root for them and want to know what's going on in their lives. And get this, they actually hired voice performers to do some of these characters instead of real life, on-screen actors. I think of like John DiMaggio, who you may know as Bender in Futurama, does a voice in this. That to me means a lot because you're dealing with the experts in how to build character with voice, and it really impacts this movie in a very positive way. Plus, and I can't believe I haven't gotten here yet, this movie's funny. Lots of great humor in this. And it's really clever humor that plays both in the dialogue and in the visuals. The sense of humor is top-notch here in a really beautiful and wonderful way, so that as you're watching it, you're engaging not only with the story, not only with the gorgeous animation, but also because you're just flat out having a great time. And I haven't even gotten to the best part about this thing yet. It's in how deftly they approach such complex and deep topics in the themes and message of this movie. They're talking about identity politics and very specifically racism in this metaphor of predator and prey and the presuppositions and prejudgment that we have for each other. This is deep stuff, and in different hands could be handled very clumsily. But what's amazing about it is not only is it meaningful and true and beautiful to think about these things, but it's so accessible for all ages. It is presented in a way that the very youngest of us who are just developing our thoughts on these things can see it and understand what's going on and get it in a way that impacts who we are. I was blown away by the approach to the meaning of this movie. It is absolutely stunning. Getting the sense I really liked this one? Yeah, you're not wrong. I will say the one thing that might turn off some people is this movie goes into a lot of different places. And if you're not keeping up with it, I imagine it might be confusing. But I'm telling you, I think it does it so well that it's actually to the movie's benefit that it goes in all these different directions, because it gives you something to think about. It makes some of the plot twists even more surprising, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to put this one just as a caution. If you're going for a simple, don't have to think kind of movie, you may not like this because you are going to have to turn your brain on and think about this one for sure. Overall, I think Zootopia is a beautifully animated, wonderfully voiced, and absolutely meaningful film that should please audiences from young to old. I give it a very solid A-. Thanks for checking out this Your Movie Friend review. We'll get to the best ever challenge here in a bit. Before we get there, I want to let you know, if you click the info cards up here, you'll be able to see more about what goes on here at the channel, links to other videos, those kind of things. Also a poll to the movies you think I should review next week. I depend on that to know which ones to put up here on YouTube so that you can see those. So vote in that poll. Also, if you want to follow me on Periscope, that's where I review the other movies that I don't get to on YouTube. I do that on Mondays at 5 p.m. Central. Follow Aaron Dicer, Aarondicer. And it's nice because it's interactive. You can kind of shout back. We can have a conversation, all that kind of fun stuff. And then we do a podcast every week as well. It's called SiftPop, SiftPop. We're having a great time doing that. We'd love to have you along in that. Subscribe wherever you do your podcast thing. Okay, on to the best ever challenge. This is where you name the best movie ever in a particular category. Also try to identify my choice. What is the best movie featuring a rabbit ever? This could go in a lot of different ways. Lots of movies with rabbits featured in them. So be interested to hear some of your choices. As for mine, the clue is it's the invisible one. There you go. That's all you get. Take a guess at mine in the comments. Leave your choice there as well. And as always, here's 5 extra seconds just so you can hit subscribe to the channel so you don't miss another review. Just click the logo right down here in this corner.